Hey guys, and welcome back for another carving video. So today we are going to be carving a great horned owl on a stack of books for a nursing college professor. So full circle. For those of you that don't know, I was a registered nurse before I stumbled upon chainsaw carving. So I picked out a beautiful eastern white cedar log for this project. These cedar logs are pretty hard to find around me, especially ones this big, because our eastern white cedar doesn't get very large. But this is a beautiful chunk, and we're gonna make it a beautiful carving. So we're gonna give this owl a scrappier feel on some of the flight wings. You can see right here, all my scribbles. These ones in the center, I'm gonna really ruffle them up, give them a little bit more depth, have them really like overlapping, like he has one wing overlapping the other. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So we're actually at a pretty good spot to stop with the saw, do a little bit of work on the face. I'm gonna jump over to the hand tools. With these great horned owls, they're almost their own separate little category of owl. They just have some different facial features. They have a really deep, like V face, almost more eagle or hawk-like in a way. So you can see my little references here. Do you see how they have this really like aggressive point right here, right? So like when you're looking at the front, they still have that facial disc and kind of that flat looking face. But then from the side, you can see that there is a lot of depth here. So we're gonna try to recreate that. You can see I drew right here. We're gonna really push that face back and define the beak and those ruffles that pull up towards the beak, like these right here. So we're gonna start with that, shape up the face, then we'll sand down all these feathers, put some light texture here, some very light body texture. Then we'll move down and further define the feet and the books. Then we'll start wrapping our head around some finish work. So this guy's gonna be a natural seal, which is my favorite. Everything's gonna be transparent. You're gonna see all the wood grain on this beautiful piece of white cedar. So let's get started. So our owl is done. So we're gonna move down to his feet and the books that he's perched on. So I just used my speed square and I made a couple little squares. So I think I'm gonna have them lightly staggered. Let's see, my little owl. Oh, I just ran the finger sander over his feathers to help smoothen them out. So let's carve some books. So I went ahead and I carved some books. You can see it looks like we have some rain coming, so I just wanted to get this done today. So let me show you essentially the finished carving. We're gonna go ahead and do a very light torching next, and then give him a couple days to dry. So we have the books that are slightly staggered, nothing crazy. And then here he is. I love doing books, they're so fun. They're a little bit trickier than they might look. Well, I'm kind of crazy and I use my speed square and make sure everything's actually 90 degrees and to make sure all the books are the same size. But very beautiful piece of cedar, very clean. Going to do a very light torch. Just clean up the fuzzies and then add some very light shadowing. It has been a minute since we worked on our little great horned owl here. I put him to the side to dry a little bit, but it's time to put some color on this guy. We're going for more of that natural look, so we're not going to be using as many like paints as we typically do. We're still going to mimic the actual owl, but use almost all transparent stains. Really want to show that wood grain through the stains. So it should be really cool. It's one of my favorite finish types when I get to stick with the more natural route. So I'm super excited to color this guy up, bring him to life a little bit more. So let's get started.